All right, what's good? What's good, man? Let's get into it. So, another football video. Everybody's been liking my football videos, and we're gonna stick on the quarterbacks, and we're gonna talk about one, Mr. Lamar Jackson, the Baltimore Ravens quarterback. Now, I know a lot of Ravens fans and a lot of Lamar sexuals, as my co-host CEO likes to call them, are gonna come across this video and say I'm hating, and you don't know nothing about football, even though they don't watch football. They just sit around, eat Cheetos, and play 2K all day, and have no life. But I want to talk about Lamar Jackson, and I want to talk about the dark side to his career and the truth about his NFL career. Now, before I get into this, I want to say, number one, I like Lamar Jackson, even though I do think he was acting like a whole female during his contract negotiations, trying to get Deshaun Watson money, and the guy still signed for not Deshaun Watson money. So he went through that whole fiasco to not get Deshaun Watson money. But I mean, hey, he got his bag. It is what it is. This is about his play on the field. I just have one question, just one, to all to the Baltimore Ravens fans, or to all the Lamar Jackson fans. If your life depended on it, and you had to rely on Lamar Jackson leading the Baltimore Ravens to the AFC Championship game, do you live or do you die? That's all I want to ask. If you had to rely this upcoming season, the 2023-2024 season, if you had to rely on Lamar Jackson to lead you to lead the Baltimore Ravens to the AFC Championship game and stay healthy throughout the whole year, do you live or do you die? I said all that to say this. When it comes to Lamar Jackson, number one, he's starting to, I don't want to say he's an overrated passer, but he's starting to get there, because anybody who's known me or anybody who's heard me talk about Lamar Jackson throughout the last years, I said Lamar Jackson is a very underrated passer. I said that because the media and a lot of fans were saying he can't pass. And I said, no, he's very underrated as a passer. But now you have guys out here saying that he's a great passer. He can make every pass. He can pass the numbers and stuff. And I just have one question. If that's all true, which it may be, even though I don't believe it, but if that's all true, why do no wide receivers ever want to get traded to Lamar Jackson or ever sign with the Ravens? DeAndre Hopkins is a free agent, not signing with the Ravens. Doesn't even mention the Ravens. Antonio Brown. There was talk about Antonio Brown going to the Ravens a few years ago. Never happened. Now, that might be a good thing for the Ravens because Antonio Brown's, crazy. But at the same time, still didn't sign with them. All these wide receivers, Devontae Adams, A.J. Brown, never want to get traded to the Baltimore Ravens. I wonder why. Amari Cooper didn't want to get traded to the Baltimore Ravens. I mean, Odell Beckham signed there, but let's be for real. Odell Beckham hasn't been the same since 2017, 2016, to be honest with you. And the only reason why he's there is because he's Lamar Jackson's friend. Julio Jones was a free agent, did not want to sign with the Ravens. I just find that very, I just find that very troubling, since Lamar Jackson, to all the Lamar Jackson fans and the Baltimore Ravens fans say he can make every pass on the field. And number two, as it goes for that, the proof is still there that a mobile quarterback has never won a Super Bowl. Now, for all the idiots and clowns who don't know anything about football, are gonna say, "What are you talking about? Patrick Mahomes and Russell Wilson and Steve Young all won Super Bowls." Those guys are not mobile quarterbacks. They are scrambling quarterbacks. And there's a difference between a scrambling quarterback and a mobile quarterback. And I was going to make a separate video on this, but I might as well explain it now. A scrambling quarterback is someone who is a pure pocket quarterback, but they can move outside the pocket and make throws outside the pocket, or they can get 10 to 15 yards and get a first down. A mobile quarterback is a quarterback who is just as reliant, or maybe even more reliant, on his legs as he is with his arm and his pocket and his pocket presence and his being a pocket passer. Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes are not mobile quarterbacks. They're scramblers. They can get 10 to 15 yards if they have to, and they can move outside the pocket and make throws if they have to. But at the same time, you take away Russell Wilson and Patrick Mahomes' legs, they'll still be great quarterbacks in the NFL. When it comes to Lamar Jackson and someone like a Michael Vick, if you take away Lamar Jackson's legs, are you going to rely on Lamar Jackson's arm and his pocket and his being a pocket quarterback to lead you to an AFC Championship game and lead you to multiple wins in the regular season, multiple wins in the playoffs, and lead you to a Super Bowl? If you took away his legs right now, if Lamar Jackson tore an ACL or busted his knee, which I'm not wishing on him, would you be like, you know what? I know Lamar Jackson can't run like he used to, but he can still lead us to a Super Bowl. He can still lead us to an AFC Championship game. He can still compete with Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson if he has a comeback, Deshaun Watson if he has a comeback, to lead us to a Super Bowl, to lead us to an AFC Championship game. And I think the majority of you want to say yes, but you know in your hearts you want to say no. And the dark side about Lamar Jackson is that I think he's peaked. I think 2019 was the best of Lamar Jackson. And honestly, the truth about his NFL career is that I don't see him winning a Super Bowl. I don't even see him in the AFC Championship game next year. He's not beating Josh Allen. And anybody who knows me, I think Josh Allen's overrated. He's not beating Joe Burrow. He's not beating Patrick Mahomes. Those are three right there. Are we sure he's beating the Jacksonville Jaguars with Doug Peterson and Trevor Lawrence, who hasn't even reached his ceiling yet? I know we like to, make fun of the Chargers and Justin Herbert, but I'm sorry, Justin Herbert is way more talented as a quarterback than Lamar Jackson. He has a way better arm than Lamar Jackson. And Russell Wilson's with Sean Payton now. Deshaun Watson's going to have a whole offseason to get right back into football shape and to know the Browns playbook, which the Browns have one of the most talented rosters in the league. So with all that competition, do you honestly sit here and say, you know what? I see the Baltimore Ravens going to the AFC Championship game and possibly winning a Super Bowl. You know what? Maybe if all those quarterbacks I just named got injured and, a team like the Seattle Seahawks go to the Super Bowl next year and the Ravens are in there, then you know what? Then Lamar can get a ring. If every single quarterback and every single elite quarterback got injured in the NFL and a bum team in the NFC went to the Super Bowl, then you know what? The Ravens will win that. But that's a really big if. And also what also is an if is Lamar Jackson's health. Lamar Jackson's been injured the last, technically, if you want to be technical, 3 years. He got injured in that second round against the Bills. He got injured in 2021. He got injured last year too. The truth about Lamar Jackson's career is that, listen, Ravens fans and Lamar Jackson fans, enjoy him while he's here. I enjoy watching Lamar Jackson play. He's very entertaining to watch. But I'm not going to build. If I was a GM, if I owned the team, I'm not picking Lamar Jackson. I'm not picking him over Mahomes, Burrow, Allen, Justin Herbert, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, I'll take my chances on Russ and Deshaun Watson. Jalen Hurts, that's 8 right there. That's literally 8 quarterbacks I just named. So at the same time, listen, look. Enjoy Lamar Jackson. He's still, 26, 27 years old because he's not getting any younger. He's already having problems with his legs and already getting injured. Those legs are going to be gone faster than we know it. So enjoy him. Enjoy him while he's still here. Because at the same time, are we sure Lamar Jackson is going to even last as long as the contract that he signed for? I mean, let's be fair. Are we sure Lamar Jackson is going to last at the same time that he signed that contract for? Do you rely on Lamar Jackson's arm and his pocket and him being a pocket quarterback to win you a Super Bowl? And also, people like to blame Greg Roman. And I'm going to end on this. People like to blame Greg Roman for being an idiot and not knowing how to use Lamar Jackson, which, might be true. Are we sure this new offensive coordinator that he has is going to help Lamar Jackson? What if the Ravens are one and done in the first or second round? Are we going to blame Lamar? Or are you guys just going to blame the receivers again? He has a better receiving core this year than he did last year or any of the years he's been around. Mark Andrews is still there. And stop undervaluing Mark Andrews. Mark Andrews, in my personal opinion, is the best tight end in the league. If not the first, if you want to put Travis Kelce above him, he's the second best tight end in the league. He has a new offensive coordinator who wants to work with him. I just wonder if you guys are gonna blame everybody else besides Lamar Jackson if they go one and done in the first or second round, or maybe miss the playoffs. We never know. But that's my thoughts, man. What are yours? What's your thoughts on Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, I like Lamar. Glad he got his money. Glad he's back. But at the same time, I don't. I just don't. I don't see him winning the Super Bowl. But that's my thoughts. What are yours?